Increased applications to Northeastern University present an opportunity to diversify the campus community.
It would do Northeastern a lot of good to kind of embrace the kind of excellence and diversity that these applicants would bring to the table.
Students looking for tech industry co-ops fear layoffs may alter their career plans.
Companies don't wait until it's an emergency and then lay off. They do it in anticipation.
And after almost 1 year of war, Ukrainian students explain the support they need from the university.
Nothing was given as a direct response to the issue.
Husky News Network starts now.
Hello, and welcome to Husky News. I'm Cassidy McNeely.
And I'm Rachel Lee. First up today, Northeastern is facing a surge of new applicants. The university released data saying it received more than 96,000 applications for fall 2023. According to this report, this is an increase of almost 50% over the past 5 years. The data also shows a large increase of students from 3 African countries. The university reports 204% more applicants from Nigeria, 91% more applicants from Ghana, and a 47% increase from Ethiopia. While African student leaders are pleased by the numbers, they have questions about how feasible it is for these students to attend Northeastern.
I think that, it would do Northeastern a lot of good to kind of embrace the kind of excellence and diversity that these applicants would bring to the table. But if they do want to do that truly, they need to the institution needs to kind of take a look at its policies, especially regarding financial aid, and look at ways to lower the barriers for entry.
Despite the record applications, it's not known how many of the students from African countries will be admitted into the university.
Big tech companies are laying off workers by the thousands. Many employees feel blindsided and left to rebuild their livelihoods. Katie Mogg looks into how these layoffs impact Northeastern students in the tech industry.
Third-year computer science student Alyssa Moy was laid off only 3 weeks into her co-op at a medical startup app.
She says the unfortunate news caught her off guard, and she was forced to leave her office building immediately. Soon after, Moy registered for classes late into the semester, and she spent weeks catching up.
So when I first heard the news about my layoff, I was definitely very shocked. I was not expecting this at all. I really kind of was lost, and I didn't know how to proceed.
After losing her co-op, Moy says she's worried about her future in the tech industry.
I'm definitely much more nervous about finding a full-time job, but I honestly can't say I'm being very picky right now. I would honestly take anything.
Thomas Kohan, a work and employment professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, says tech companies are slashing jobs in preparation for a recession.
One of the differences in today's world of business than in the past is companies don't wait until it's an emergency and then lay off. They do it in anticipation. I think young people should be prepared to move wherever their skills take them. The most important thing about being prepared for a layoff is to keep your skills current, keep one foot in the external labor market.
Though Kohan suggested ways to prepare for job cuts, the fear of losing a job doesn't go away. Northeastern students looking for co-ops in the tech industry say recent downsizing in major companies has thrown a wrench in their career plans.
Harrison Kim is another third-year computer science student. He is looking for his second co-op and says the search process feels more cutthroat this time around. Despite the tech industry's unpredictable future, Kim says he's still drawn to the field.
I have more competition now, and I just don't have much control over the situation, and it makes me feel a little powerless. I am still passionate about computer science. There's also a lot of opportunity for helping people. I would still love to do computer science if I'm allowed to with the job market.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
During these uncertain times in the tech industry, Kohan said employees have a unique chance to broaden their skill set and explore new opportunities.
This is Katie Mogg for Husky News.
Thanks for that, Katie. So I'm curious, what do layoffs in the tech industry mean for the rest of the labor market? Should everyone be worried?
Well, Cassidy, when high-profile tech companies like Amazon or Meta begin to lay off workers, other sectors of the labor market take notice, get nervous, and begin to do the same thing. This happened during the Great Recession of 2008. So while we don't know exactly how layoffs in the tech industry will impact employees in other sectors of the job market, it could become a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy.
So it seems like only time will tell.
The war in Ukraine has recently passed the one-year mark, and Northeastern University is facing criticism for its treatment of Ukrainian students and what one undergrad says is a lack of aid. Oleksiy Melnik is a third-year student from Kyiv, the Ukrainian capital attacked by Russian forces since last year. He says Northeastern isn't doing enough to support his community.
I believe there was one email sent out that they condemn violence, and it was kind of tied to Ukraine, but nothing was given as a direct response to the issue. We were all granted $1,500 each, and that was the limit to the support. The only other thing that they've done was free meal plans for a semester, which is, I believe, unavailable anymore. Also, they've lifted financial holds on subsequent semester of studies and promised that pay would come later, yet it wasn't the reality, and my roommate had to graduate early because he was forced to pay for what he'd studied so far.
Melnik estimates Northeastern's Ukrainian population at around 30 people. In a response to this story, Northeastern's Vice President of Communications said the university gave 24 students $1,500 awards, but that some students' financial assistance was impacted by their balances. Coming up on Husky News.
Northeastern Student Athlete Support Services provides mental, academic, and personal guidance for student athletes through tutors and more. The Black Business Student Association at Northeastern has revamped its mission to expand career opportunities for Black students on campus.
The Marriage Pact, an online dating questionnaire that pairs Northeastern students together based on compatibility, enjoyed a successful relaunch thanks to the team's fresh marketing approach.
What makes essential workers essential?
We build safe roads for you to drive on.
We harvest fresh produce for your families to eat.
We help you heal when you're sick.
We get you where you need to go.
We keep where you work and live clean and safe.
We make sure you get what you need to make your household work.
You're the essential workers who help our nation run. You're in every city, town, and corner of our country, and you come from all over the globe. And you have essential protections under the law. I'm Marty Walsh. The Wage and Hour Division at the Department of Labor helps ensure you receive the essential protections you deserve. If you have questions about your pay or about your job protection during an illness, visit our website or call 866-4US-WAGE. That's 866-487-9243. We can provide help in more than 200 languages.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Labor.
Welcome back to Husky News. Northeastern Student Athlete Support Services, located in Kappa Gymnasium, strive to help students, athletes, academically and personally through a variety of counseling and services. These services can include peer tutors and career workshops. Here's Parl Lee with the story.
We're looking at the development of student athletes from a wide range or a wide picture, not just as athletes, but as students. So we focus on their personal, professional development, academic success from the time they enroll here before their fall semester, and supply them with various resources, workshops, career services throughout their time, focused again on personal and professional development.
Student athletes as freshmen have weekly check-ins for extra help depending on how well they are doing in their classes.
I think this is a really cool program as it is. Like, I had nothing like this at my undergrad. It was more like your coaches were your support system. So I think that just having this in general and like being a part of it is really cool. And like using my experiences as a D2 athlete, granted this is a higher level, but just using my experiences, and I have a lot of the same struggles that with the people I work with and a lot of the same experiences, so just giving any advice that I can, because I've been through what they went through pretty recently. I always tell my student athletes that I meet with, like, this is a safe space, like what happens here stays here, and of course unless like it's something I need to report that's like their safety, but like just acting as like an ear for them. And we have a good sports psych program here too that we can refer student athletes to if they need more of a mental health counselor.
With the mental health concerns surrounding anxiety, mental exhaustion, and the depression rising throughout the whole country for student athletes. Student athletes at Northeastern work to prioritize the mental health with their busy schedule and the pressure they receive on and off the court.
I am assigned to 4 teams, or I work closely with 4 teams, and it's helping or assisting and supporting them in anything academic related. Here, you know, they have a lot going on, right? Well, they practice, where practice can be hours, and then they go to team lift, so they go to practice, then lift, and they have classes, and then, you know, they also have to balance their personal life and social life, and it can be a lot.
Thus helps student athletes find academic, athletic, and personal life balance through schedules and supportive mentors. I'm Pody, Husky News.
Northeastern University's Black Business-Oriented Student Society is getting revamped this semester. The group, previously known as BBOS, is now going by the Black Business Student Association, and its name isn't the only thing that's changing. Co-president Dorcas Alatunji says the group's new guiding principles are excellence, enrichment, and engagement through a business lens. But the association's membership isn't limited to the business school. Any Black student with an entrepreneurial spirit is welcome.
It just changes your experience entirely. Knowing the Black businesses that are in the area, the Black alumni and resources that you can tap into, people that have done it before. My big picture vision for this organization is that first years, like the moment they step onto campus, that BBSA membership and BBSA e-board knows who those students are. It just means something when you can see yourself in a room.
BBSA is hosting events during this semester to understand the needs of its community. Alatunji hopes the organization will provide a space for Black students to build networks, explore opportunities, and realize their business potential.
Northeastern's annual Marriage Pact is back. The online quiz pairs students up with a compatible person on campus, a match made in internet heaven. Here's Gigi Barnett with more.
Students at Northeastern University no longer need a dating app to find the one. 2 students at Stanford University designed a questionnaire known as the Marriage Pact as part of a class project 6 years ago. But now, almost 80 schools across the country run their own campus chapters.
If we're both single by the time we're like 30, 40, 50, whatever, we'll just get married. Instead of having a friend, you take a quiz that matches you with somebody who you're compatible with.
The Marriage Pact made its Northeastern debut in 2021 and has continued every year since. But the quiz isn't just designed to find a compatible last resort. It's also a good way to bring the community together.
I think Northeastern is a really good school for the Marriage Pact just because we are like such a global campus where it might be harder to get like a friend to introduce you to a friend.
The Pact's questions range from lifestyle to long-term preferences. And once the results are in, the Pact's algorithm reveals the best and worst of what Northeastern students have to offer.
One of like the traits I got was dying on every hill and being very stubborn. I don't really remember like giving that away when I filled out the questionnaire, so it's kind of cool how like they pulled it out of me because I am honestly very stubborn.
Last year, the Marriage Pact experienced some mix-ups. 4 fans took notice when the pact didn't come out during its usual time, right around Valentine's Day. Due to a lack of leadership, the pact wasn't going to be sent out at all. That's when these students decided to step in and carry the torch.
I saw a flyer for it in the bathroom. I told a bunch of people about it. And then when it didn't come out the next year, I decided, along with Alexis and some other people, to help launch it the upcoming year.
The group now manages the marketing for the Marriage Pact on Northeastern's campus. They've been making flyers, business cards, and Instagram posts to spread the word, all of which have a fun connection to Northeastern.
It's all about kind of being in the know with modern trends and then putting a twist on it to make it very specific to your school. So no one Marriage Pact launch and one Marriage Pact advertising is the same. It's all very unique.
This semester's launch was a success, with over 2,000 applicants taking the quiz to meet their perfect pairing. The results are rolling out, and now it's up to the students to decide if they're ready to make a move. Reporting from Northeastern University, this is Gigi Barnett.
That's all the news we have today.
From all of us here at Husky News, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.